Hello, everybody. Hello, Christina.
Hi, Sam. Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited. I have Dr. Christina Elson here with me. Christina is a good friend, and she's also a professor at the Smith School of Business. So, Christina, you prepare a lot of the people that come here to our work, and you do an amazing job.
Thanks.
Another thing you do that I love, and maybe I'll be a guest one day, I'm trying to pull here,
Yeah.
but Christina is actually the host of one of my favorite podcasts,
Thanks.
The Ink Tank. Tell me a little bit about what you do with the Ink Tank, because I would love you guys to go and listen. This is really good. Tell me about the Ink Tank.
Yeah, so the Ink Tank has a couple of really important goals. One is that we really want to help people understand the rapid pace of technological change and what really technological convergence means. So
That's a whole mouthful, right?
it's a big
Technological
mouthful.
convergence. We'll
Yeah.
explain that.
Right, so we have AI, we have biotech, we have big data, we have blockchain, all of this is impacting industry in amazingly rapidly, and people are struggling with how to respond to it. I mean, whether you're at the senior level of a company or you're a student who's trying to think about your career path, this is really something that we all need to focus on.
We're all struggling with. So I'm a businessman, and we bring a lot of people from school. We actually have a few people from the Smith School, so we're very proud of that. There's a transition. You and I were talking, we had a conversation with a couple of really interesting guys, and you were saying some things that really moved me. So there's two sides of the spectrum here, and I want you to give advice to both. So what can you tell people like us that are trying to grow, what do we need to do?
Yeah, so on the one hand, embracing the change, embracing the convergence, embracing that, and understanding that as a leader, you can't be a subject matter expert in everything. You really need to focus on building your tribe and continuing to help them get the skills and knowledge to really invest in a culture of innovation in your company. A culture that is really excited about testing and trying and figuring out what is the right strategy and what are the right tools you can use to solve the problems that you see emerging in your industry through this period of change.
One thing I loved about what you and I spoke about is that fear factor. Can you talk about it a little bit? Because I think it really... It hurts a lot of us. It handicaps a lot of us. And then maybe let's talk about a little bit of the different side, which maybe I have a little bit of issue with.
Right.
But let's talk about this fear. What do we fear?
Yeah, so you certainly aren't afraid. You seem like you're full on 4 floors. You're just gonna out there go for it and do it.
I suffer from the other problem. We'll talk about it in a second.
So that's phenomenal, because fear of technology, when people act out of fear, they either don't act or they act in ways that are detrimental not only to the health of the organization, but also really set up walls and barriers that are later difficult to overcome. And so we've seen that in employee engagement, not just doing nothing, not doing anything is the worst case scenario for a company.
I'd rather make mistakes than not do anything. At least you learn something from the mistakes, right?
That's right. So what you really want to do is think about how you can make a continuous experimentation. Think about what are the technologies you can pull in that you can experiment. You can use in internal experiments, small scale experiments. Think about the outcomes. Think about how to build on those outcomes. Just always build in this culture of experimentation, which will lead to the innovation.
Something that you told me, and it was a sentence that kind of stayed with me. It's you got to be in a testing mode all the time.
Testing mode all the time,
You
yes.
just got to test and test
Yes.
and test and test.
You got to test all
Another
the time.
thing, everybody talks about subject matter experts, right? And it's great, and we all want to be subject matter experts. In my humble opinion, you need 10,000 hours to be a subject matter expert. There are things out there that none of us have 10,000 hours in, so we should not, say we're experts.
Right.
So fear of the technology a lot of times just makes companies die slowly.
Yeah, it makes, but the important thing here is thinking that there are so many solutions. This is another thing we were talking about. There are so many solutions out there now that are these off-the-shelf kind of solutions. So it provides the opportunity for you to get your feet wet, to pull something off the shelf, to bring it in, to try it out. Does that fit? What is the problem? But it always goes back to this idea of, what is the problem that I'm solving?
Exactly.
And who is the customer that I'm solving it for, right? So you really need to build a strategy around that and then figure out how to pull in the right tools, test them, right? Don't, as we said, go after the hottest technology out there and try and find a problem to solve with it,
That's what I loved we spoke about. A lot of companies, and I sometimes tend to do that, we go for the hot new technology and then we figure out a solution.
Yeah.
Don't do that, right? You gotta look at what's at hand. Yes, you do not need to be afraid of technology, but on the other hand, you don't have to rush and buy every hot new technology that comes out there. That might not be what's gonna help you and what you need. I loved when you shared that with me, because at times, and with your help, I'm gonna try to be better, but at times I do that. I see this new thing and I wanna go invest money in it, but hold on, what problem are you solving,
What
right?
problem are you solving? Yes.
I love that.
And as a leader, as a person who's really thinking about the strategy, think about how are you building the strategy around these small wins, as you said, these experiments that you're making, and how are you bringing in your workforce and your people into feeling that they're part of that building process.
I love that. So tell me a little bit, this ink tank, I know you put a lot of effort into it. I know a lot of people love listening to it, but why? What is the thought behind it? We both know I'm starting a podcast myself. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Why did you do it? What do you want to give out?
Yeah, so I really want to bridge the gap between what goes on in the business community and what we can, what thought leadership we can bring into the university, and partly is to help create that cross-pollination, that cross-fertilization. So I know that many business leaders feel that when students come out of school, they still need to invest a lot of time and energy preparing them to actually do the work that they find in the business environment. And conversely, in academia, there is so much knowledge in the business community. There's a huge interest in active learning, not only by the students but by the faculty. So really bringing that thought leadership into the students and the real world challenges and struggles that business leaders are facing, so that students can understand and learn and help prepare. You're
a doctor, you're a professor, you teach in the Smith School of Business, but what I love about you is you're an agile thinker. No, really, I truly enjoy that.
Insatiable curiosity, right?
And that's the biggest thing. I think what we both want to convey to everybody is you got to stay curious.
Yeah.
I'm learning from Christina how to do that. It's actually not something I have a lot of issues with, to be honest with you guys, but stay curious.
Yeah.
Put people out there. And one thing you shared with me, you're a very smart lady. I'm slightly less smart, but I'm getting there. But we're not all SMEs, we're not all experts. Bring in people, bring in tribe. You can't do this all alone. That's why I have amazing people like Christina that I try to get as much time with as possible. So do this and do not rely on yourself all the time. Build a tribe. I know for a fact if I did not have this amazing tribe that I have here, I will not be doing this.
Yeah.
So
I love these conversations, so much synergy, and I always get so much mental, what can I do next?
Rejuvenation,
yeah, rejuvenation.
Right? I enjoy this too. It's a lot of energy.
Great.
I want everybody here to check out Think Tank and tell me what you think. I really think Christina's up to something. I feel like I'm belittling you. Dr. Christina Elson is up to something, and I love listening to it. Please, we're going to put the little link up there. Check it out and tell me what you think.
Thanks,
Christina,
guys.
thank you.
Thank you.
This has been so
Thanks
much
so much
fun.
for the time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.